So question number 22. We are told here Sarah and Lucia shared a piece of cloth such that Lucia got 3 times as much as Sarah. What fraction of the cloth did Sarah get? So I want to give you exactly 2 minutes, and then of course, if you get your answer nicely, then I should be able to give you a present, especially if you'll be the first one to get the correct answer. So we are told expressly here, they have told us expressly here, Sarah and Lucia shared a piece of cloth such that Lucia got a bigger chunk of it, got 3 times as much as Sarah. So then what I would want us to do, you know, Sarah is the one who got some smaller piece of cloth. So I would want the cloth that Sarah got be X. So Sarah's piece equals X. Sarah is the one who got the smaller piece. So we have here Sarah's piece. So Sarah got X. Sarah got X. And then we are told in this case that Lucia got 3 times of what Sarah received. That's what they have told us. If you read this very well, they have told us that Sarah, we are told here that Lucia got 3 times as much as Sarah. So if Sarah got X, then Lucia must have gotten 3X. So we have Lucia here who got 3 times of this guy, so 3X. So meaning that the total size of the cloth, the total size in this case here will be what here? Will be 4X. Will be 4X. So in terms of fractions, we have Sarah got X, this one, over the total, over 4X. Then we have, of course, they never asked us, but if they asked us something to do with Lucia, I would have taken 3X over 4X. Now listen, you see, in front of this X, there is an implied 1, an assumed 1, a silent 1, such that because this X and this X are the same, we can easily do what here? We can easily cancel them. So Sarah got a quarter. The fraction that Sarah got was a quarter. Is there anybody in this particular classroom who got this a quarter? Is there anybody who got a quarter? Is there anybody who got a quarter? Is there anybody who got a quarter? Niger got a quarter, Niger got a quarter. Now listen, whenever it comes to fractions, you must be very, very careful. If, for example, we are talking of money here, and we say that Sarah, for example, Sarah answered my questions very nicely, and I gave her, she answered only 1 question nicely, and I gave her 1,000 bob. All right. And then Lucia answered 3 questions correctly. So we gave her 3,000 bob. So if I'm to convert these to fractions, first of all, I must get the total. The total here, which is 4,000. The total here, which is 4,000. Then in terms of fractions, proportionately, I will come and say Sarah is 1,000 over the total here, which is 4,000. Then these will cancel out, giving me what here? A quarter. So always remember that for you to be able to get these fractions correctly, you must remember to do what here? To get the total. You must remember to get the total. So I hope that is clear. 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 So can I go to another question? 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 If yes, you simply say why for yes. Why for yes. Gifts are coming. Why for yes. Gifts are coming. Don't worry. Yes. Thank you so much. It's only patience. Yes. Now we go to another question. So this one, you need to be very careful for you to get it correctly. For you to get this correctly, you need to be very, very careful. Question number 23. Today we are looking at fractions, and I will do 4 questions for you. I'll do 4 questions for you, and that automatically will mark at the end of our class. So 23, we are told Kaole, Mwasi, and Mbide shared some money. Mwasi got 2/7 of the money, and Mbide got 2/3 of the remainder. What fraction of the money did Kaole receive? A very old question, but very important for you. Very important for you. Very important for you. Very important for you. So I'm giving you exactly. So the very first thing you need to do here is to assume that the total money that is being shared out by these 3 gentlemen equals X. So then we let the total money be X. Let the total money be X. Let the total money be equal to who? Be equal to X. Now, out of this X cash, how was the sharing done? How was the sharing done? This sharing was done as follows. We are told Mwasi got 2/7 of the money. So we have Mwasi got 2/7 of this money, which is X. So Mwasi got 2/7 of X. And then we are told here that Mbide got 2/3 of the remainder. Got 2/3 of the remainder, quite easy. So if 2/7 has been shared out, who can talk to me tonight? If 2/7 has been shared out, then what is the remainder? If 2/7 has been shared out, what is the remainder? Can somebody talk to me tonight? Remember, in total, we had X, and 2/7 has gone out. So then what is the remaining fraction? 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 How I wish they could talk to me. Remember, in total, this X is the same as 7/7. So when you take away 2/7, then we are left with 5/7X is what remained. Out of this remainder, they have told us something very nice. Out of this remainder, they've told us 2/3. We are told here that Mbide got 2/3 of the remainder. 2/3 of the remainder. Now listen and listen to me very well. Remember, we had the 3 gentlemen. One of them is called Mwasi. Mwasi got 2/7 of the total money. And then the remainder, 2/3 of the remainder went to who? Went to Mbide. So Mbide got 2/3 of the remainder. Mbide got 2/3 of the remainder. Got 2/3 of the remainder. So out of the remaining amount, remember this remaining amount belongs to 2 people. We have Mbide taking 2/3. How about Kaole? If Mbide takes 2/3 of the remainder, Kaole will take what of the remainder? If Mbide is taking 2/3 of the remainder, Kaole will take what fraction of the remainder? Because remember, this money belongs to 3 people. We know the fraction that Mwasi got. And then out of Mwasi getting his share, there was a remainder. And the remainder, we are told Mbide took 2/3. And remember, there are only 2 people. So if Mbide takes 2/3, then what do you think is the fraction that went to Kaole? How comes tonight there is nobody who is talking to me? How come tonight there is nobody who is talking to me? So Kaole, in this case here, got what here? Kaole got 1/3. Kaole got 1/3 of the remainder. So Kaole, so we have here Kaole got 1/3 of the remainder. Kaole got 1/3 of this remainder. Then, ladies and gentlemen, this now translates to what here? This one, if I multiply, this is 2 times 5, which gives me 10. All over 3 times 7, which gives me 21. X like that. And then we come here. So here we have 1 and 5, giving me 5. Then we have 3 and 7. I'm multiplying the bases. That gives me 21. So 5/21, what here? X. 5/21, X. Let me continue reading this question. Let's continue reading this question. So we are told something very nice here. What fraction of the total money did Kaole receive? Kaole is here. Kaole received 5/21 of the total money. So Cowley's fraction was 5/21. Cowley's fraction was 5/21. Is there anybody who got 5/21? Is there anybody who got 5/21? Is there anybody who got 5/21 as Cowley? Because they wanted us to give them Cowley's fraction. Cowley's fraction. So the first one who got this, I think it was Linda, right? I'm looking for the first one. I'm looking for the first one. I'm looking for the first one. These guys are not telling me the truth. I'm looking for the first one who got this, Victor. You guys are not telling me the truth. So and again, remember that I'll be posting this particular video on YouTube for kids. YouTube for kids, and then you should be able to get it there. And once you get it there, please always remember to share the same link with your friends who are, of course, far away from wherever you are. Tell them that you've got this teacher who is teaching us for free or over holidays. So now come next term, we shall be able to get a number that motivates me to teach. Otherwise, the number that we have currently is so small. Great. So you go to question number 24. Question number 24. Question number 24. So we are told the Muli. We are told here Muli spent 3/10 of his salary on food and 2/5 on rent. He was left with shillings 2,100. What is his total salary? 24. What is his total salary? What is his total salary? What is his total salary? So Muli has a certain salary. Out of this salary, 3/10 goes to food. 2/5 goes to house, rent. And then there is a remainder. So the best thing here is to get the remaining fraction. That remaining fraction is what I will equate to 2,100. Is what I'll equate to 2,100. And therefore, I will be able to get what here? I will be able to get X. I will be able to get X. Let me see whether there is anybody who has been able to get this correctly. They are saying 7,000, Linda 7,000. This is 7,000. Let's see who got this correctly first. So we have Lydia and Stacy. Great. So here we are. So ladies and gentlemen, this is quite a straightforward. Fractions must be in your exam. Whether you like it or not, you must get a fractional question in your exam. So this is an area that you need really to be so fine at. You must be fine with it. You must be fine with it. You must be fine with this. You must be fine with this. Thank you. So in this case here, we shall let the total salary, let the total salary be equal to who? Be equal to X. And out of this total salary, I can see some of this is going to food. And then I can see some of it is going to rent. And then I can see there is a remaining amount. There is what we call a remainder. Then I can see vividly that food, I can see vividly that food, I can see vividly that food, I can see vividly that food is 3/10 of the salary. So food is 3/10 of X. Rent, what do we have there for rent? 2/5. 2/5 is rent. And then the remainder, then what do we do to get the remainder? It's very easy to get the remainder. To get the remainder, what I will do, I will look at the total salary this guy has. He has X. Part of it is going to food. 3/10 of X is going to food. So I deduct. Rent, we have 2/5 going to rent. Of course, I know impliedly there is an over 1 there. So then I'll come and put what here? An LCM. Like the LCM I can see automatically is 10. Then I'll ask myself, 1 goes, how many times here? 10. 10 times X. So this gives me 10X. Minus this goes here once, so 3X. This 5 goes here twice. So 2 times 2 is 4. So minus 4X. So meaning that this will be 10 minus 3 minus 4. So this final figure will be 3 what here? 3x over 10. Because when you take 10 minus 3, that's 7. 7 minus 4, that gives me what here? That gives me 3. So 3x over 10 is my remainder. And this remainder is what they are equating to 2,100. The remainder is what they are equating to 2,100. Is what they are equating to 2,100. The remainder is what they are equating to 2,100. Make x the subject of the formula. So you make x the subject. You make x the subject. So in this case here, when you make x the subject, what do we have here? We have 3x equals, when you cross multiply, 3x equals 2,100 times 10. Therefore, my 3x here will be 21,000, meaning that x will be 21,000 divided by what here? Divided by 3, which gives me 7,000. Some examiners, after you get this total salary, you know, x is total salary, they may want to know out of this total salary, how much is spent on food. So I'll come and look at the fraction of food. How much is spent on rent? Some examiners may go ahead and ask you like that. I'm so happy because most of you were able to get this particular question correctly. So I will be able to send you more questions on these fractions, and I'm doing the sharing right now. Otherwise, I'm so happy because I can see these topic of fractions. You guys are okay. So please keep on practicing. I'm sending you those questions right now. Otherwise, that's enough from me for today. Let's continue talking on WhatsApp. And of course, for the students who will be watching this on YouTube later, I expect you to subscribe to my channel and then ensure that you share the same link with all your friends so that you can get enough quorum to start classes for KCPE revision. My name is Dr. Joshua Aura. I teach CPA in a college known as RCM Online. We teach 100% online. So it's my hope that you guys liked today's experience. It's my hope that today you guys at least have been able to understand something. At least you've been able to understand something small at a time. My aim really is to ensure that